The legislature's massive assault on Florida continued in the second week of session, putting our future into further jeopardy. By expanding fracking, eliminating local government control, and decimating public education, they want to ensure a dark fate for our future generations. Time is running out to change our future from the bleak apocalypse these attacks threaten to bring.
Time's up.
Like the residue from an oil spill, fracking is an issue Florida can't seem to get rid of. Although the Senate Agriculture Committee temporarily postponed the fake fracking ban under the guise of needing more research, they brought back the bill without the needed amendments. The committee paraded Mayor SHON Owens of Jay, Florida, a community already drilling heavily, in front of them to espouse the benefits fracking would have on the communities in the Panhandle.
I could speak all day long about the economical impact, what that refinery does for the town of Jay and for the county. And I'm not necessarily sitting here today saying it's all about the money, because it's not for us. It's about the quality of life.
In stark contrast, Mother Nature provided her own response to the fracking legislation, and many are worried it is only a warning of what is to come.
Feeling the ground rumble and cabinet shaking twice in 1 week has startled residents along the Florida-Alabama state line. Geologists tell me it's not uncommon to have more than one earthquake around the same time, but it is uncommon in those areas, and it might not be the last.
Unfortunately, and as expected, the party line vote went in favor of oil industry lobbyists and not for future Floridians who will need clean water as the 2019 apocalypse inched closer. The next attack came in the form of another overarching preemption bill, masqueraded by the hotel and restaurant lobby as predictive scheduling for workers in the hospitality industry. The bill includes a broad term working conditions, completely redefining what the state is able to preempt local governments from dictating. This has the possibility of overturning hard-fought victories in communities across Florida that have passed living wage ordinances, protection from wage theft, and expansion of civil rights. Thankfully, there were legislators willing to stand up for working Floridians.
If they have local ordinances on wages, let them do it. Let them do it. They know their communities best. Hopefully this bill doesn't get hurt again and it just dies a good death.
Despite overwhelming opposition from a packed room of workers and local elected officials, the bill passed on a party line vote. The legislature began its assault on the future of public education this week by trying to limit school board control through mandating term limits. This one-size-fits-all standard for school board members concocted by outsider groups and school privatization forces does not take into account the many different communities of Florida.
There's not just one Florida, there's not just two Floridas, there's about 6 Floridas. There's the Panhandle, there's the Northeast, there's North Central, there's Central Florida, there's Southwest Florida. Is it fair for voters in Collier County, in Orange County, and other parts of the state to dictate to Leon County, you have to have term limits and they have to be 8 years? If the folks that are so passionate about having term limits want term limits, then let's change the Constitution to give everybody the opportunity to do it, not force them to do it.
I think this amendment for school board members whittles down into something that's really, really, really a local issue. And for that, amongst other things, inter alia, I am going to be voting against this bill today.
The billionaire-funded onslaught of our schools did not stop there. The House Education Committee heard their privatization bill, which is a new scheme to use the state's general revenue to fund private school vouchers. By voting to fund vouchers and not salaries, they place public education in a precarious position with teacher shortages looming in the coming years.
The expansion of Florida's voucher program proposed in this bill would further erode the ability of every district in the state to recruit and retain the teachers to fill the 10,000 teacher vacancies that the FDOE is projecting for next year.
Our public schools are weak, and that's why people feel like they have to leave. And what does the Florida legislature can do about it each and every year? You make our public schools worse. We're now 50th in the nation in per capita funding. You don't give our teachers raises. You don't put the resources into the public schools. And each and every year, we have to come back here and fight another expansion of public money being diverted into private pockets.
We need improvement. Choices are good, but not, please, not at the detriment of public education. We must make sure that public education gets all the help that it needs, so that we won't have to go to private entities or charter schools to get our students the choices that they need.
The bill passed the Education Committee, so be ready to fight back the next time it comes up for a vote. Thankfully, working families in Florida have taken up the fight and are determined to change the course of our future. Lobby Corps members shared their experiences.
This is my first time here. I learned a lot, and I look forward to coming back here and taking all the information that I learned back to the street.
I would encourage anyone that don't know about bills and laws, come up here, do a session, and lobby with us.
Decisions get made by people that show up.
This is the only way in that one-on-one conversation that we can try to stop some of this stuff that's attacking us so hard.
We vote these people in, and then sometimes they don't do what they're supposed to do for us in our communities. It's important that we come up here. It's important that we gain knowledge. And it's important that you support those bills that are important to you.
I urge each of you who are watching this video to take action and be involved in the process. Come in here and pack a committee room and make your voices be heard.
I had the opportunity to actually speak in front of a couple of committees, and I recommend to all to come down and do the same.
Through the support of the AFL-CIO Working Family Lobby Corps, I now feel like I can be a more active citizen and take part in my government not only here but when I get back home as well.
It's for you, it's for your kids, and if you have any relative or parents or anything in the school system, it's for them. So we're doing this for the kids. It's the kids' future. Your kids are our future, so let's do it. You come out and support with us.
Your brothers and sisters standing up for education, standing up for health care, standing up for issues that involve all of the families here in Florida. So come up and join us and be a part of democracy.
The union is the most powerful thing, and the AFL-CIO, with them helping us do this, it's an amazing experience.
Solidarity! Although the future looks bleak, our fate is not sealed.
There's no fate but what we make for ourselves.
Now is your chance to join the Working Family Lobby Corps in Tallahassee before it is too late. Tune into the countdown next week for another legislative update. Solidarity.